The one, the only.
Alright, everybody, welcome back to the first Octagon. I'm your host, Noah Lee. As always, we're going to be keeping it real. A little different on this episode we're doing. I got a special guest. He's an amateur fighter from hometown. Welcome my boy Yilmar Ponce.
What's up, what's up?
So we're going to kind of dive into what it's like being an amateur fighter and how that fucking career is going to take off. So let's fucking get to it.
Let's get it.
Yeah. How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing good, bro. I just got done eating my post-workout meal, so I'm good. I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
For answer these questions, you got for me.
yeah, whatever. Did you train any this week?
So,
What's your training schedule look like?
we train Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, and then everything else I just do on the side. So,
I got you.
calisthenics, road work. I do kettlebells and I lift lightweight.
Right.
Try to get swole.
Right, you gotta have
I'm actually losing weight right now, so I ain't trying to put on more weight.
Right, what are you weighing right now?
Right now, currently I'm 163 because my goal was to fight at 165. So right now I'm actually trying to go down to 155.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's a little different.
Yeah, sometimes there's like a little balance there, like where you kind of gotta find like the right weight where you like can actually compete really well. Because like, if you're too high up there in weight, then you're kind of the smaller guy sometimes, because these dudes that are fighting at 165 are actually like 180.
Yeah.
Walking around that. So sometimes it is better to like cut the weight down, but it can also be hard on the body.
It is
Weight
hard on the
cut and
body.
shit,
I mean,
you know.
I've cut weight before because I've done grappling.
Right.
So I've done the grappling and all that kind of stuff. So even for like AGF tournaments, IBJJF and all that, we would cut weight.
Yeah.
I was doing like 170. I was walking around 180 and I compete at 170, 165.
Yeah.
And it was hard, man, because it's not like, I wouldn't say I was killing myself. That's the way it felt sometimes, because like body was cramping and like dehydrated,
Right.
Wasn't performing the best, but still at peak performance, I would say, but there was still days you would feel sluggish. It was just like,
Right.
it kind of adds to it.
Yeah, you
Eventually,
kinda
you're cutting weight all the time, so like, props to the UFC guys. 'Cause
Yeah,
motherfuckers
dude,
fight.
Massive, bro.
Massive.
Just that Helios Taporia was like 190, fighting 145. It was like, that is insane, bro.
Yeah, bro, I heard about that the other day, and I was like, nah, bro.
There is
You
no
cannot
way,
be
bro.
190 going
Still
145, but
Yeah.
so is Poton, Alex is massive.
That dude making 185 is insane. Alex Pereira making 185 is an insane weight cut.
Yeah, man.
You entered competition with sleeper jiu-jitsu,
Yes, sir. That's where I used to train for grappling, and I wanted to change pretty much MMA career, or just do MMA, amateur.
Right.
And then see where it would lead. But our coach at the time, he was just more focused on us grappling, and I wanted to do more than that,
Right. It's just
They're
it's
an
always good to
they're an
want
awesome gym. They're an amazing gym, and like really they're killers. I mean, the kids, everybody, they're like medals after medals. So I mean,
Yeah, they seem like
you
they
would
have
never
like-
not place,
Right.
So, and it's like, oh, it's just a little karate school from Pampa,
Right.
And then you go to Oklahoma, Lubbock, or even Dallas, and then
And compete.
and we'd go compete, and then it's like one of my favorite stories actually. It was this random tournament. I don't remember which one it was. It wasn't EGF or anything like that. But our big guy, his name's Matt, and he's like 6'5". He's a big dude, And we had the Kempo logo before it was the sleeper logo.
Right. Yeah.
And it's a compound, or it's a Kempo. My bad. It had the Kempo logo on it, and it said Kempo, so they were like, oh, look at this guy.
Yeah.
He's like, karate guy, what's he gonna do about it?
They're like Cobra Kai.
Yeah. And then he looks back at us like, this see in the TV and they're like going at it. That's how I felt. Like
some National Geographic shit.
Yeah, for real. You just hear them go boom, hit each other, you know, trying to go for the takedown.
Right.
Well, Matt, he fucking throws him. He does a throw, throws him over his hip, and you hear the guy just hit the mat, and he just, like fucking screaming. I was like, oh shit, like what happened, you know? Fucking broke his rib.
Broke his rib.
Slam. And that's on the mats, bro. So I'm just like, and he was like, oh shit. And then, you know, Matt gets up and he's like, I guess that wasn't bad for a fucking karate school, huh? And I was like, this fucking guy. So, that was one of those like little cool tournament moments. But like, yeah, I mean, being from a small town, it's always kind of like, you know, they don't have real training. They're not that good or things like that. So,
well, you know, isn't Sleeper Jiu-Jitsu, they're affiliated with Lovato Senior?
Are
they still affiliated with them?
I wouldn't say we're affiliated with them anymore. I don't go anymore, but I don't train with them anymore because I do the boxing gym now. So I do boxing, but so I believe how it started was they started from Colorado in the compound. So the compound is ran by Professor Brad Nico, and you guys can look him up. He's a Blackbeard BJJ, I think, on Instagram or something like that. But the compound is located in Colorado. That's where I believe we kind of descended from. So it was just a karate school. The original sensei from there is the one that started teaching Troy, our sensei who taught Alex.
I got you.
Who's now our current sensei, right? So it pretty much just went down the line like that, and he just knew people. But the jiu-jitsu came from the compound, and then somewhere along the lines they met with Lovato Senior, and then that's where their jiu-jitsu also kind of they get the game from.
Right.
So from those two branches, they made their own. They expanded, I guess. You can put it that way. And then they made their own gym, and then they kind of just went through their different ways, you know. We started changing our own things, doing our own things, and then now it's just the sleeper compound or the sleeper martial arts. But you know, we still have times when Professor Nico comes down or Lovato Senior does a seminar and stuff like that.
I got you. You know, now you're doing all this boxing stuff, so you're kind of done with the jiu-jitsu. You kind of want to grab another martial art, so you know you can actually try to step into a cage or a ring and kind of do some kickboxing and some mixed martial arts.
We did at the dojo we did do like kickboxing, Muay Thai, things like that, you know. But prior to that, I actually was training boxing with Chris, which is where I'm at now. And I started when I was like, I don't remember.
I always tell that guy he looks like Max Holloway.
Chris looks like Max Holloway?
Yeah, the one that works at Culligan?
Yeah.
Dude, 100% looks like Max Holloway.
He gives me the vibes though. That too. If you knew Chris, like if you talk to him all the time, he's funny.
You could always deliver water, like when I worked at Thomas.
Yeah.
And we would kind of sit there and chop it up a little bit, kind of talk about boxing fights and things like, when you gonna come to the gym, man? Like he's like, always talking about this stuff, man. But like,
that's what Chris does, man. I mean, he's a good guy. He's a great coach. I mean, like I said, I started doing boxing when I was like 10.
Yeah.
I did it for a while, and then I never fought. Somewhere along like 15, 16 is when I went to the jiu-jitsu place. I stayed there for about 5 years, you know.
Yeah.
I did it for a while. And like I said, I just wanted to do something different. I love kickboxing. I love just martial arts in general. So boxing, kickboxing, anything, you know.
Right.
But I just want to start competing in something else. So I went back to boxing. That's what I'm doing right now, you know. And back to that Chris situation, you know, he's a great guy. He's funny, but since we were little kids, like he's always had this boxing gym. It was always free, you know. It was free to anyone who competed. It was free to anybody who wanted to go there and just stay out of trouble, you know. So he always kept the gym open out of his pocket. You know, now he's a non-profit organization. organization, you know. So like now, all the money that he does get, it's all for the boxing gym. New bags, new gloves, anything to travel for the kids or even us, you know, when we go compete. And I think that's something not a lot of places do, you know.
Right. Yeah.
He just focuses on the gym, you know, his family and everybody at the gym. So I mean,
That's good.
I give him respect. I give him a lot of respect for that because like he could easily be like, oh, you know, you gotta pay me this much, you want to get trained.
Right.
We pay what, like $30, $40.
Right. Some people are like that, you know. Some people will take advantage of
Yeah.
some amateurs.
We pay
You know.
$30, $40, and I mean, just to keep the lights on, and he trains us, and then pretty much he just wants us to show up, do our work, and then go compete, you know.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. But yeah, he's a good guy. So props to him. You know, like I said, he's a good coach. He's a good person, just in general. So
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. A couple times I've encountered him, he's pretty badass. You know, like, seems like a pretty genuine guy.
Yeah,
You know,
he
just from those couple interactions. But you know, you're kind of hoping to compete in 2025 in a boxing ring, yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, I was waiting on my book. So in the amateurs, you can't compete without the USA Boxing Pass book.
Yeah.
So you got to get a physical done, make an account with USA Boxing, and then you just send in like your ID, your birth certificate, and then a physical done by a doctor.
Oh, okay.
Once they approve all that, then you gotta wait for them to send you your pass book. And I just got mine like 2-3 days ago, maybe like a week ago. And Chris said we probably won't have any flights till next year. And we are having an event happening here in Pampa. The first boxing event to happen in over 15 years.
Oh, really? So is he doing it down at the gym?
Yeah, that's where we plan to do it. And
Just next to that church.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Over there in front of Pikachu's.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, so I'm excited for that because I know I'm going to be competing in that. We got a fight in January 30th and the 25th.
Oh, yeah.
So I hope to attend those, but those are really too close to my baby girl being born. So
Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah, so hopefully I can make those.
priorities, brother.
Yeah, that's the goal. You know, it's to compete as much as I can this upcoming year. I know for sure anything after that, after January, or maybe even January itself, I can still go. But anything after January, you know, I'm definitely gonna be there. So I've been, you know, just working and things like that. So
Yeah, working, grinding.
it's just a
Massive
little
craft.
different. Yes, sir.
Yeah. You know, like, you've competed before, you know. Not, I don't think any striking you've competed in.
No, I've practiced striking, like karate, and
But
like
not
that,
actually
but
competed
never
with
competed.
striking.
I wanted to, but like I said, our main focus was more the grappling.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm transitioning back to boxing because you know I wanna just compete. I just like competing.
Right.
I like the striking aspect of just martial arts in general. You know.
Yeah.
I love practicing it. I love doing it. I don't know. I guess just stay tuned. You know, a lot of people say they like to fight, but I do like to fight. I've been fighting since I was 10.
That's good.
I wrestled in high school. I did grappling for 4 or 5 years. I did striking for the same amount, you know.
Yeah.
All kinds of striking. So I mean, I'm not saying I'm the best striker in Pampa Texas. You know, I don't want to sound like that, but I've been doing it for a while. And it's just something
You know,
I
find
like.
this out. People are like, yeah, I'm coming out and smack you up, brother.
Let me text this guy real quick. Like, nah, bro, I don't know
No,
like
check
that.
grappling on fish.
But though, I just want to test myself. You know, I'm not getting any younger. I'm 27. You know, I don't got a long.
Yeah, you ain't got a long time there to make it somewhere, you know.
Yeah, so I mean, you can go pro. I know I can go pro anytime soon. As long as I keep putting in that work, you know. Unfortunately, I gotta be realistic, and I probably won't be like Canelo level superstar.
Yeah.
But I feel like I can still make a name for myself by the
Still
time.
try some.
Yeah.
Maybe.
As
Should
long-
be on a Canelo card.
As long as I make everything happen before 35, you know, I'm already have a name and everything by 35. I feel like I'd be alright, you know.
Right.
Like I said, it takes work. It's easier said than done, but
Right.
you know, Chris knows I'm not taking it lightly, and I show up every day and I try to do what I can. It's like right now, like I said, I'm not cutting weight, but I'm losing weight. So
Yeah.
the intake of calories I'm like eating currently sucks, you know.
Yeah.
I went from like 2,300 to like 1,800, maybe a little less. Like,
kind of hard than taking a lot of
yeah,
calories
man,
too
it
sometimes.
sucks.
Man.
So right now I'm like, I'm tired, man. And then I gotta go to work. You know, not making up any excuses, but gotta go to work and then train and then just that's the fun part. It's just the working and the training, working.
Yeah.
It's all gonna pay off, so I'm not complaining. I love it. And when I get to the gym, I'm not tired anymore.
Right.
Kind of all disappears, so
That's good. Like if something you're passionate about, if you have a drive to do something, like you can get it done.
yeah.
As long as you put your mind to it, it's the same thing like just starting this shit up. Like I was like, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
Because I know I can do it. Just with a mentality like that, it's just so funny. It sounds so wide to me, bro. It's like
it's
Eminem
true,
song "Lose Yourself," where he's like, "Success is my only option, failure is not." Like, I was like, I've heard this a million times, and now I'm just like,
well, see, that's
I
bullshit.
can't fail, brother. Like,
That's bullshit though, because what is it? They say that failure is not an option, but it's like the most available option,
right.
Because it's like, it's easy to quit, man. It's easy to quit. As soon as you start running, you haven't ran in who knows how long,
Right.
You're going. Oh, damn. I'm already breathing hard. My fucking ankles are already hurting.
Yeah.
You can quit right there, but you choose not to quit.
Yeah, you just keep going.
It's that thing. It's like, if you really want it, you're going to do it.
Yeah.
At that point, it's not like, it's not about wanting it. It's not about wanting to do it. It's more like it's a need to do it. Like I need to prove myself wrong, or prove myself right. It's not even about proving people wrong at this point. It's about proving myself right. Like I know
Exactly.
I know I have what it takes to get where I need to.
And where you want to, or like where you want to be, like
Yeah.
what you want to do.
Pretty much.
With a mentality like that, it's kind of fucking hard to be stopped,
Yeah.
because you just can keep driving. I told you, like, I just got back into town and I was even sitting on the couch and I was like, I should reschedule this. And I was like, no. No. Like, you're gonna do this. Like, I was like, just text them, tell them to come over. So, thanks for showing up.
Alright, thanks for having me, man. Hopefully we can do this again when you got more viewers and
Yeah.
I got more followers.
Right,
in the future, so
kind of help out. Hell, I was like, we even gained some, putting Sleeper's name out there. Putting Chris's gym out there, like.
Pampa Texas boxing club, man. Check them out. They're good people. Like I said, they mean well. So keep an eye out on them, because it's not just me. We got other fighters in there. Them kids are savages. We got our 175 pounder. He's what, I believe 4-1. So he's good, man. He's gonna be somebody great too. And then we got my brother Abraham and Tristan Blake. They're all 125, 135. They're good kids, man. They're savages, so keep an eye out, because we just keep getting more people, and these kids, they have a long road ahead.
Right.
They're gonna make somebody out of themselves. I promise you that. They're good kids, man. So even if it's not me and it's one of them, like you'll see, like just keep an eye out, because they're ready, man. They're good people. They're savages. I tell you that. So when we go compete, or we don't go compete, we go spar in Amarillo and other locations, and just seeing them work,
Right.
It's just a sparring session, but just seeing them work, it's like, they still got a lot of room to grow. So it's like, just seeing them, like, one of these days, these kids are gonna be.
Yeah, they're gonna be
scary,
brother.
Yes, sir. But yeah, man. Yeah, back to what you were saying. Like, sometimes you feel like that. You're tired. You just gotta push through.
Exactly. That's a big mental aspect. And you have the physical aspect of what you're wanting to do. You train and you're in shape, and you have the athleticism for it as well. But how do you prepare mentally for some of this stuff? Like to actually get to the gym, or even say like go and compete. Like what gets you into that mindset where you're like, I'm gonna walk, like I'm ready to compete today. I'm ready to train.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I hate sparring. I love fighting, but I don't like sparring. I never liked sparring. It's not that I don't like it. It's just like sometimes it's like I don't know how to say it, man. Everybody's probably gonna be like, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
But I know I'm not the only one. You know, when I used to do MMA, kickboxing, all that, whatever you want to call it, all that grappling, we sparred. We did like light sparring, but in boxing, man, it's not light sparring. You know, it's not.
Right.
It's not. We're gonna get this move down. It's we got 16-ounce gloves. We got headgear on. We're gonna fucking try it on each other out.
Yeah, right. We were banging
So it's
out.
like.
Well, you know, Holloway stopped sparring.
My problem is, I like to bang, right? Like I like to bang. I like to sit in the middle, move, exchange punches and all that.
Right.
You know? So it's like, really, I'm just taking fucking brain damage for fun is what I like to say. But, you know, Chris is like, no, it's because we're learning. I'm not saying sparring is not good for you. You need sparring, you need hard sparring, you need sparring in general to get good.
Right.
But there is days where I'm like, I go in there and I'm like, I just don't want to spar. You know? Like,
Right.
But I guess the way I prepare myself is just like, it's just another day of practice. It's just another thing. It's just, you know, some people don't like burpees. I don't like sparring. You know?
Yeah, right. I mean, to be fair, and you know, like Holloway stopped sparring and like he just finished like his run of like, you know, it'd be like Holloway's still a featherweight goat. You know, just because he got slept by Ilya doesn't mean anything. Like Ilya's good.
Bro, that was AI, bro.
That was AI. It was AI. It didn't happen.
AI, bro.
UFC 308 was fake.
Fake.
It never got broadcasted. It was all AI generated.
Yeah, bro. Did you know for that?
El Matador is a made up name.
Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Nah, it really was crazy, bro. Cause that broke my heart, but nah.
Part
I
of
mean,
it.
the way I kind of just prepared really is just. I don't know, man. I just told myself I need to go. You know, it's one of those things that it's like I'm tired. As soon as I get off of work, if I have time, I go home. You know, try to freshen up a little bit so I don't fucking stink and shit like that.
Right.
I ain't trying to smell like BO with my training partners and all that.
Yeah.
Either way, I mean, as soon as I get off, I either go to the house, you know, change real quick, and I just head to the gym. I don't even think about it. I just do it.
Right.
You know, like
It's just a part of your like schedule.
yeah, like I think about it like my body's tired. I'm like, damn, bro. On the way there, I'm thinking, I'm like, I'm tired. You know, I'm like, I don't want to do this. I sit out in the car sometimes, and I'm like, nah, they wouldn't even know if I'm gone. You know, if I shut up. I'm just being honest, but really, it's just one of those things where it's like, I just do it because I need to do it. I want to do it, you know. So it's like, it doesn't matter how tired I am, what I don't want to do. Cause sometimes I don't even want to work out. Like this morning, I woke up and I was like, I don't want to go for a run. It was like 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I was stretching. I got ready to run, and I was just like, I was about to walk out the door, and I was like. I was like, you know, I did plenty of everything during the week, you know, because rest is just as important as working out,
Right.
staying in shape and all that. But it was like, do I really need to go for this run? But the word I'm looking for is discipline. You know, you just gotta have that discipline. I don't need to, and I don't want to, but it's gonna help me in the long run.
Exactly.
And then one of my things that I sent to Alex is to tell me it was like, well, stop thinking about it like I need to, and I get to do this. You know, I get to go run because some people don't get to run. Some people don't have that chance. Some people are out of shape. Some people just don't have the health to go run, you know. So
Right.
sometimes that's how I get myself up. It's like, hey, I woke up at 6:30. I get to go run. I get to go run. I get to go make myself better. And then another thing he would always tell me was him and Chris, you know, in their own words, they would tell me like, while you're sleeping, while you're sitting on the couch, that 155 pounder that you might fight, he's out there running while you're sitting on your ass. You know, so I'm like, oh, yeah, that just don't sit right with me, you know, because I'm like, because then I like sit down and I think in the back of my head like, damn, what if this fucking kid is out there punching the bag, running,
Right.
doing push-ups when my lazy ass is just sitting down.
It's like the only way you're gonna outbeat me is if you at work.
Yeah, so pretty much I just try to
It's gonna be
outwork
hard to do.
myself every day, you know, like that's pretty much just the goal. Like it's not even like I have a mentality, I just kind of do it at this point. It's just like it's just part of me. I don't want to. And I'm not gonna say that it's not hard that I don't want to do it sometimes, you know, because like I said, I wake up sometimes and I just don't want to. But I just tell myself those things like I get to, and there's someone out there trying to beat my ass, so I got to.
Right. Right.
And I just do it. I don't think about it like. If I put those words into my mind where it's like, I don't want to do it, I know I'm not going to do it. So I just walked out, closed the door behind me, you know, put on the timer for my mile run, 2-mile run, whatever I'm going to run that day. And I just start taking off, man.
Right.
And that's it. Once it gets started, you can't go back. You know? Once I get it done, I'm already in motion. It's too late, you know. I'm already going, so.
When I was working out all the time, like when I was in Korea and stuff, it's like the hardest part about working out or doing any training is making it to the gym. Like that's the hardest part. Like, it's really the hardest part. It's really getting there. You know, it's like getting there. Like after you get there, you walk in the door, then you're like, oh, fine. Like, we doing this. You know, it's like, all right, let's get it. Just get after it.
Yeah, same. And this same thing with sparring. Like I'm always like there's days where I'm like, yeah, I love it, bro. All right, let's get in the ring. I'm the one that's asking, let's spar. And then there's days when I'm like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
But as soon as I get in that ring, I'm just put on my headgear, lace up the gloves. When we started the first round, I totally forgot I didn't even want to be in there.
Right.
It's not that I'm not lazy. I want to say I'm lazy. It's not that I'm scared to get hit or anything like that. It's just, I don't know. It's just like, if it's not a real fight, I don't like to spar, or I just don't like to do it, you know. But I've gotten to the point now where it's like just another part of their routine, you know. Doesn't matter if I want to, doesn't matter if I don't want to. I show up, I do it, I get it done, and then I ask Chris if he videotaped it or what I need to work on, you know, and then he tells me what I did wrong, what I did right, and then I improve what I did wrong, and then I keep holding what I did right, and then that's the way you get better. So
Right.
as much as I don't like sparring, or you know, because I hate running sometimes too. I used to hate running. Now I run for fun, but I used to hate running, and it's one of those things like once you start doing it so often, so much, it's just kind of like you either enjoy it or you just do it out of need to do it. So,
right.
Yeah.
You know, and there's one thing, you know, some people really don't talk about, trying to come up and go pro. Is this you know, have you gained more relationships or even, you know, lost relationships in the sense of, you know, maybe you're not getting some support from a friend or something, you know, or how does your family support you on this journey, you know, because I feel like that's a pretty big, like, push too, you know, is like, how's your family reacting, and like, is it like burdening some relationships with like family or friends, you know?
Well, to be honest, my wife is very supportive of it, you know. We got a baby on the way and everything, but when she can, she just goes and sits and just watches me jump rope and do whatever, even spar. You know, she's the one that sometimes gets me out of bed, to be honest. You know, I'm like, damn, you know, at 6:30, you know, on my days off, she's like, I put the alarm and I'm like sitting on at the end of the bed, and she's the one that's like, all right, you gotta go run, you know, you gotta go run, you know. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm working my way to it, and I wouldn't say it burned bridges, but you know, since I left the dojo, I don't know, I haven't talked to some of them, and I hope they're not mad at me, you know.
Right.
I hope they know that I love them, and I'm just doing it for myself, really. At this point, it's like, I don't care what bridges get burned. It's like, I don't know. I feel like even Chris tells me himself, you know, like, if you would have never quit, you know, who knows where we'd be right now.
Right.
And it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you're right, but I can't sit here and like wonder about it. So now I'm trying to take more action, because I mean, I competed a bunch, like I said, in grappling, but you get paid good money for grappling. Skyler Hamilton, he's a good kid, man. He's a brown belt. He's like, what, like 21? He'll be a black belt by 25, 30, you know?
Right.
You know, himself, he goes and competes all the time. Like for invitationals and all that kind of stuff, you know? So eventually he'll be, but it's just not something I wanted to do, so I had to leave the dojo. Like I said, with all due respect, I love them, they're good people, but I just needed to go do something different. And I wouldn't say I burned the bridges, you know? I see them around, they talk to me, but sometimes it just feels like they might be mad at me because I love them, you know?
Right.
But I just hope they understand, like, that's just not something I wanted to do anymore. And I wouldn't say it's burning really bridges with anybody, but if it does, that's okay. Because, like, at the end of the day, I'm just doing it for myself and my family. Because, like, the ones that matter are my wife, the little girl that's on her way, and the little girl I have right now. So, really, it's just for them and for myself, you know, and that's the only support I need. My coaches believe in me. They think I can. They think if I just keep showing up and doing work, you know, and they're honest. They're honest people. They're not somebody that's like, oh yeah, you know.
Yeah.
If they didn't think I was worth the shit, they would have just been like, you know, maybe we should just stick to punching bags and not worry about competing, you know.
Right.
But because that's the way they are, you know. Like if you're not they don't want you to get hurt and nothing like that. So it's like it's those little glimmers of hope, you know. Or like comments where like, hey, like you're improving in a short time, you know. Those are the things that kind of keep me going. But I also just do it for myself because I want to see how far I can get, what I can achieve in the short time that I have left. I mean, I say that like I'm done, but I'm saying like, I'm 27 again. I'm not old, but you know, everybody by the age of 35, 40 is already retired now to apply just next martial arts. So I mean, I have plenty of time to kind of make a name, go pro, and still do good, you know.
Right.
Like these guys from Amarillo, they just Legends Boxing. They just competed in Amarillo team professional boxers. When Banaka, they're a little, I wouldn't say they're old, you know, but they're a little older. So I mean, they give me hope. They're badass boxers.
Right.
Two of them won, but now by knockout. So it's one of those things that it's like. At the end of the day, it's just for me and my family. So if I can make it to the pros and start getting paid for it and enjoy something that I like doing. Cause really, man, I mean, I want to win gold. I want to win championship gold, you know. But I don't know if I'll reach that point or that climax at some point, you know.
Right.
That's my goal. I'm not saying it's not achievable because, like I said, I still have time, but. Boxing, just like everything else, is a money industry, so.
Right, yeah. You know? Especially to have the WBC acting now.
Yeah, the WBC, the IBF.
That's some crazy stuff, bro, going on.
All of them, really, I mean, it's all a money grab, and I mean, at the end of the day, like, if I can go pro and at least make some decent money and help my family in the long run, you know?
Right.
And at least give them something, and I can tell myself, like, you know, I went pro, I used to be a pro boxer. Right. Not even to show off to anybody, but more like show it off to my little girls, you know, or like myself.
Like it's good having like a supportive wife. I mean, you've seen some successful stories in the UFC because they had a support system. I mean, like Conor McGregor, wife still with him from the beginning, Dustin Poirier, Sean O'Malley.
Yeah.
You know, all these guys, even Max Holloway's wife, like was there from the very beginning, and like they were just supportive of their husband and like what they wanted to do to follow that dream and make it happen. And they were like, okay, like I'll pick up the slack, like so you start training more, and like you know, kind of having that support is like shown time and time again that it helps you, like in the long run. Because if you have somebody that doesn't support you, I feel, you know, it starts crushing your dreams a little bit. Because you're like, man, like
because I mean,
it can kind of got to bite a bullet maybe somewhere, and then you look back in like 10 years, no matter what choice you make, like say with your wife or don't compete, you know, it's a lose-lose situation. It's like, yeah, I want to go compete, but I lost the love of my life.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I stayed with her, but I could have been a pro. You know, it's like, but that's good that you have that support system, and like that's something that you don't have to worry about.
I think so too. I mean, like I said, I really do appreciate that from her because, like you said, I mean, you could live with regrets or even like it could cause problems at home. You know, I've heard people who are like, oh, well, I'd show up more, but you know, my wife is nagging me because, you know, I don't spend time with them. But I'm glad she understands, and that's another thing that gives me kind of hope because it's like she believes that I can make something out of it.
Right.
And even if I don't somewhere along the lines, you know, for whatever reason, it's still the fact that she supports me throughout the whole way, you know, that it's like, oh, you know, it's okay, it didn't happen, but at least I can say, you know, I tried and that I had her along that way.
Right.
Her telling me, like, because I know she'd be there throughout everything, you know, good or bad. We go pro, I know she'll be ecstatic, you know. She's
Right.
She's like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it to your fight, especially if you go pro, you know, when you go pro. And I say that like it's hard, you know, because really in boxing I could go pro right now, you know.
Right. Yeah. There's some dudes fighting pro and you're like,
Yeah.
you got like 4 fights. You know what I mean? Like what? You know, it's like
You really can just get the amateur scene, but I don't want to do that. I want to do it the right way.
I want to do it the right way.
Get some experience and then try to go in there, but do it the right way.
You want to just go into the 10 lines.
Yeah, I don't want to just go there.
Yeah, you gotta sit on the amateur scene a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, kind of see what happens.
Chris says the amateurs teach you things that the pros can't, you know. So
Right.
yeah, sure, you go in there and get your ass beat, but so you can do the same thing in sparring. You can do the same thing.
Right.
And the amateurs for the same thing, you know. And I was like, yeah. So
Very true.
I don't think I'm burning any bridges, and I think the only reason I keep going is because my coaches and the people I train with and the person that I'm with are the ones that keep me going in reality.
Right.
Like I said, my coach, like I said, if he wanted to, he could easily just tell me like, sorry, bud.
Right. Yeah.
And my wife, you know.
Should've got better. You know.
Yeah.
Like
It's too late for you.
Yeah.
And yeah. Plus, I think just the fact that I did train at a younger age and that I've been doing striking for a while also helps me, you know. So
Right.
I haven't competed, but I've been doing boxing and kickboxing and things like that. I guess I've had hands just because of that, but now it's just putting the footwork and
Right.
it's a little different from everything else.
Yeah. Start. You got all the basics, what you need, and then start learning all these fundamentals.
Yeah, it's all fundamentals now for boxing.
That'll help you, you know, because I mean, I don't like watching boxing that much. You know, it's just something I've never really gotten into. I watch it every now and again. You know, should I play Fight Night? You know, but and sometimes a couple times I have watched it. It's just like these dudes are so technical in what they're doing right now.
It is, bro. Like,
But for me, like since I watch a lot of UFC and like boxing is more slow paced, I'd say, and there's way more, like a ton more weapons in MMA compared to boxing. You know, like you're looking for hooks, crosses, jabs, uppercuts. You know.
I can't. It's like a agree to disagree because it's like I will say boxing's a very limited martial arts where it's just hands.
Right.
But it is more, you know, like they say, it's the sweet science. Like it's not just throwing punches, right? It's just like everything else. It's just a game of inches, even centimeters, if you really want to put it that way. Because it's like a lot of people don't understand boxing. Not, you know, it's. I wouldn't say it's more complicated, but it's more. It's just a little more details, you know, like the way you shoulder roll.
Right.
It's kind of like jiu-jitsu, you know, in the way that jiu-jitsu is very complicated to learn because it's like, oh, well, my armbar didn't work, but I did it like everybody else. No, but you didn't because you didn't have the elbow in the right place, you didn't have your knees in the right place. You're trying to use force, right? When you do an armbar the right way, the thing flips out and it cranks like crazy. When
it's done properly.
When it's executed by a pro, it's the same thing, right? Same thing with boxing. It's like you look at Mayweather, everybody's like, oh, he was a runner, but that was just the best guy to ever do it with the shoulder roll, man. The Philly show, it was just everybody ever since been trying to do the Philly show, and I've never seen anybody do it as pretty.
Yeah, more successful for Mayweather, man.
It's one of those things where it's like, it's literally like, oh, you think you just do this, you know, you just do this. No. Everything's got to be in the perfect place. You got to roll, catch, shoot, you know?
Roy Jones had that style too, though. Roy Jones was pretty, I mean, you know,
He was a big motherfucker.
Like grandfather in some Philly show stuff, man. Like,
yeah, man. I mean, it's used widely everywhere, but the ones, you know, you kind of remember for is Mayweather, really.
Even looking at somebody that uses Philly show, like Sean Strickland does. You know, people like, I like Sean Strickland, but I don't like how he's like, I'm going to go out there and murder this dude. And then just throws jabs and stuff, but he's being very smart and articulate with what he's doing. And he's actually executing the Philly show very well.
UFC is
in the
crazy.
UFC, it's like
It's crazy.
it is crazy that it's working.
Because they got fucking what, 4 ounce
Unless you're
What did they use?
yeah, it's
4
4 ounce
ounce
gloves, man. And I'm like,
Yeah, bro.
it's
They're
kinda, you
they're
got
boxing
nothing.
with big ass fucking
Yeah,
gloves.
you got pounders like in boxing, and then you
It's
get a
crazy,
UFC
bro.
glove, and like I mean, it's just like wearing a glove. Like,
Yeah,
you know, like you
yeah.
still got your hand.
It's really just a padded hand if you think about it. So,
Right.
like,
That's why people get knocked out all the time in UFC and bare knuckle. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, dude, they don't got some of the block there. Like,
well, yeah, you gotta think about it too. Boxing, we got these giant ass gloves.
right, you don't have to be so tight boxing. Like, yeah, you got to be tight.
Yeah.
You know, but you got some leeway there. You know, it's
And that's the thing, see, everybody also thinks like, you know, if I had to choose between MMA and boxing, and what is safer, I'd say MMA, bro. You know, there's kicks and elbows and things like that, but there are also 5-minute rounds or 3 5-minute rounds. You know, so you're doing that for 15 minutes, and if you got a grappler, you might not take a lot of damage.
right.
When you're in the ring, you're taking blows to the head repeatedly.
Yeah.
Like I know the ounces might sound padded, but like
It
a
showcased
10-ounce
a lot.
glove, is really it's padded. I mean, I'm not saying it's not padded, but you'll feel those fucking punches, especially with somebody who has great technique and they have that snap to that punch. Dude, like it's crazy. Like especially, like I said, you're doing that for 12 rounds when you're a professional. Those championship bouts to get hit in the head for 12 rounds, you know.
But I don't know, man. I don't think they're as dangerous as power slap, bro. Them dudes just
Oh,
getting,
no, yeah.
them dudes just getting knocked
Nah,
out,
bro,
bro.
that's just fucking stupid.
That's just dumb, bro.
I know everybody's like, oh, you train boxing, you do MMA. Like, yeah, bro, but I can move my head if I want to. I'm not just fucking taking
Yeah, I train power slap.
Like, if I want to get punched, I'll just be like, hit me, bro. Hit me, it's all good. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I hate that, you know, but I'm not fucking just gonna sit there for $1,000 and get slapped.
No, they do. And then put a title on the line.
Well, the fact that it's like, oh, it's a sport.
Nah,
I mean,
I'm like, I played this in my living room, drunk with the boys.
yeah. Like you took a party game and made it a sport, bro. Like, well, technically,
And they commentated on that stuff, and like, they're like, oh, what a massive knockout. I was like, I mean, what'd you expect?
like, there's nothing there but the chin up in the air, bro. Nah.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. I feel sorry for them because it's like. See, this is what I mean because it's like it sounds so dumb coming from somebody who's done boxing and MMA. And it's like they're getting free brain damage, you know. But it's like still, bro. There's like no technicalities in there. There's no technical aspect to that game besides standing there and seeing.
See, you can slap hard, right?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
It's like if MMA guys just like started throwing haymakers, you know, just the whole time just
Yeah, just
shooting
like knock
each
their
other
hands
out.
out.
So
We saw it like a couple weeks ago, like Anthony Smith fight Dominic Graves. Like, he just put his hands out and asked Dominic Graves to hit him. Like, you saw how that worked out, bro.
that man needs to retire, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, you know, he just lost his cornerman, like his best friend, like he passed away right before the fight.
I know. I mean, that's
You know.
definitely sad, but it's like
I used to
Yeah,
love
bro.
Lionheart. Actually, I still love Lionheart, but it's time for old boy to hang up the gloves.
yeah, bro. I mean, I've been following UFC for a while, so like.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
watching Anthony Smith fight John Jones, like,
how long ago was that, bro? Because that felt like it was like 2 years ago, and then I'm finding out it was like 5 almost.
oh, dude, that was
If not
way
more.
longer, brother.
Yeah, bro.
That's when Diego
Crazy.
Santos was still like active all the time. I think freaking Lionheart,
Oh,
like,
shit.
20 rounds, 20 fights in, maybe. Like, he was
Mm.
under 25s, bro.
You said Junior
That was
Santos?
Thiago Santos.
Thiago
He had
Santos.
that big ass hammer on his chest.
Dude, I forgot about that guy. Yeah. Fucking.
And like John Jones, like,
yeah.
couldn't finish Anthony Smith, bro. You know, he went to a decision.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, right, but. Well, man, I appreciate you fucking sitting down with us doing this and shit.
Well, thanks for having me, bro.
Yeah, for sure, man.
You know, I know I don't really have anything to show for it right now, but
No, man, we'll get you back on, man. It'll be a whole different story the next time.
Next time I'll see if I can get some videos, especially of the fights and some sparring sessions. We don't really record sparring sessions.
Right.
And if we do, I mean, the coaches are the ones that usually keep them down.
Right, yeah, it's kind of like that stuff. Yeah. It's something you don't do in the gym.
Yeah, pretty much. This is something you show out. So.
Yeah, I get it. It's not like not doing this to like be like.
But the fights, there are different things. That's like if I get my ass beat, the record is gonna know anyway. So.
I'll put it in the highlight reel.
Yeah. Damn.
Sometimes you make the highlight reel, other times you are the highlight reel.
Sometimes you are the highlight reel. It hasn't happened to me yet, and I hope it doesn't. So I'm gonna just knock on something. It's fake book, but
hey, bro, it didn't happen on Holloway, so.
Oh man.
Hey, I made it happen like a couple months ago. Yeah, Max Holloway, but he still ain't never been knocked out. Yeah, man. Thanks for tuning in to the channel for the first Octagon. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Go check out Sleeper Jiu-Jitsu, Pampa, Texas, and Pampa Boxing Club, right?
Yeah, the Pampa Texas Boxing Club. So
yeah, man. Go check that out. They got some good gyms. They got some good people in there. Go give them some love and support. Go check that out. Kind of see what we're working with, and maybe we have the next wave of boxers, maybe UFC champions. Who knows?
Coming out of Pampa, man.
Coming out of Pampa, small town, Amarillo, Texas.
Yes, sir.
You say Pampa.
Well, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah. See you guys on the next one.